Alright, this is take one at explaining how to do stuff damageless when going from height. Okay, so in Iron Mario, a very common theme is that you can't take damage, believe it or not. And to avoid taking damage when dropping from a height, there's a few things we can do. If I get a TTM, for example, I just get up high. Somewhere like here. If I were to jump down right now, I'd take damage. As you just saw. That'd be GG's. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to fall. This controller's kind of iffy at the moment. But if I don't want to fall, I don't want to take damage, there's a couple things I can do. The one that first comes to mind, for most people, is do a kick. So I can just jump off, kick before I land. Easy as. Other thing we can do is a dive. So exact same as a kick, except just with speed. Dive. The other thing we can do, which happened kind of in that dive, is we can bonk. Which is a bit more dangerous, but it is still possible. Which I don't know if that was a dive or a bonk, but if you bonk, you will still not get full damage. Which can happen in stages like TTC and stuff. Like that. I just bonked, didn't take damage. What else you can do is a rollout. So the rollout is the safest method if done right. So if I go to somewhere like in BOB with the island, where it's really easy to do it. Oh my days. Yep, that's fine. Let me just turn cannons on real quick. Penguin DDD sub. Sorry about this. Cannon. Open. Now reload real quick. Now we go up to the island. Okay, now I'm up here. If I were to fall down, I would obviously take damage. So, just to do it, took damage, obviously. If it's a big height, of course we'd take damage, you know? Now, we could jump or we could kick to get down off here. But the camera is a bit cooked for that. It's a bit hard to see where you're going. So what we can instead do is a rollout. So there's 3 parts to a rollout. The getting it so that you're in the thing, the rolling out, and then there's only 2 parts. So getting into the dive, so there's 2 ways you can do this. Either if you don't have a lot of space, you can do a side flip like this, and then just do that. Or if you have a lot of space, you can just run around and just do that. Now, doing this, the next part is to get out of the thing. So there's 3 parts. So there's that, and going over the edge. So you want to do this. You wanna do that, get into the dive, and then get out of your dive. So that's pretty easy. Just press B, get out, or I think there's also A you can use. Yep, just B or A. I just press B, so I think it's easiest, but you can do either. Or again, you can just do it like this, so if you build up speed. But would recommend learning the side flip way. It is very, very handy. Alright, the next part, I'm just make a safe state up here. is getting over the edge with it. So, you could do this, and obviously you're gonna take damage. We don't want that, we want to not take damage. So, there's a property in Mario, so after he rolls out, he doesn't take full damage. So, if I do this, I don't take damage. Because he did the rollout and went off the edge. If he were to touch it again, like this, he would take damage. Except we're on a slope, so he doesn't take damage. But if he weren't on a slope, damage. So you want to do it so that he doesn't take damage. So you just roll out over the edge. And then you're chilling. Now, so that's the 3 parts. The dive, diving out, and going over the edge. Now, you can also do it the side flip way, which that's the way I do it. So you side flip, dive and roll out. Just side flip, dive and roll out. Once you get that down, you're chilling. It's just about learning, like, there is a lot of breathing room with it. I could go closer to the edge. I can go a little bit further from the edge. I can go even further from the edge. I can go even closer to the edge. There's a lot of breathing room with it. You don't have to be super, super exact. But it is very, very handy. So, the perks of the side flip as opposed to the running around is you don't need much area to do it. So if I'm in a stage like TTC, where I have to get all the way up, I just went to go into parallel cam, and there's no parallel cam in vanilla. But if I get to like somewhere like up here, oops, I get stopped clock real quick. No, okay. If I just climb up this, easy as. Oh my god, I have to cut this out of the video. Now, if I was somewhere like here, there's not as much room. It's a lot harder to get like up to speed to get my rollout, you know? Like, it's doable, but it's a lot harder. So, somewhere like here, you want to just do a dive. I think it's easiest. So I can just do that. For instance, you wouldn't actually do it here, I know, but because of the lack of space that you have here, it's a lot easier to do it right here. So you just want to learn so you can do it essentially wherever. Like, I could do it on that fucking that beam right there, I'm pretty sure. Let me get on it. I can do it off this beam right now. Like, if it wasn't moving, of course, it makes it a bit harder, but I can do it off that beam. There's no way you could get enough speed on this to get a dive rollout unless it was a slide. Like, it's just not viable, really. Like, you can, but it's gonna be really stupidly hard. So a dive rollout would probably be like one of the only ways you can do this. It's just a lot better way of doing it because of the limited space. So you should really learn to do it with the side flip. And that's essentially all there is to dive rollouts.